That should be alright. And hopefully I didn't accidentally open what's-its-face. Google Chrome, because I think I clicked on that for a second. Alright, let's empty this jar here. There we are. But yeah, I did not hear an alert at all. Let me... Can I redo that from here? I don't think so, and I'd have to go to the... stupid thing. Why? I go to Streamlabs and do all that, but let me at least get you written down. Also, feel free to give me a color. Alright, so today is the 19th. 19th. Alright. Yeah, authorized, blah blah. I did accidentally open Chrome. Thought so. Let's close that, because I don't need that in my life. Sock Wizard, hi! How are you doing? How goes? I'm doing like 2 or 3 things at once. Accidentally opened a thing. Jane subbed, but I didn't hear the alert, so I'm casually wondering what happened. So there's that. Also, we're knitting round 1 of Sock Madness socks also. But let's see. I'm gonna redo the alert and see if that pops up, because that should have existed. But I didn't see it happen. So let's do that again. Or is that one of them that doesn't have the thing to it? So thank you for the 29 months. I do appreciate it. Alright. So I'd emptied the jar here, so I figured it would serve to redo that. But yeah, I didn't see a thing, so that's weird. I will poke about that later. I'll take any. Okay. Any grain. You got it. Also, what kind of chocolate? Also, apparently I opened the gift bot thing twice. Oops. How about we don't do that? Cool? Okay. Alright, now that we have that all settled, let me actually spin the wheel. There it goes. That only took like 5 decades. Is everything just off kilter? Alright. Let's spin the wheel. Hope it's not a sticker. Or that I have to spin again. Fuck you. I put it there. And every time I'm just like, screw it. Oh! Hey! You have a postcard. You're the first postcard I got, so... There you go. I've had that available for like at least a couple of weeks, and you were the first postcard. Alright. That's good to know. Well, chocolate is good, no matter what. I am very much a fan of chocolate, so... There we go. Now that we have that all settled... Hi, how are you guys? I was literally just poking at like 5 different things. Made a command for Sock Madness, finally. And making sure everything was the way it's supposed to be. Sock so far! It's not much sock! Also, I'm hoping it fits. It should. But I went size medium, which is the smallest you can knit right now. And I have it on size 1s. But yeah. So far, I'm already done with the bead part. The bead's only at the beginning of this area right here, which is why I was saying it reminded me of the Sakura Zenbon socks from last year's qualifier. Want to strangle me? How's it going? Also, what team are you on this year? I got Team Yoreo. which I'm probably not saying that correctly because I know it's Italian. And the only time I ever pronounced terribly much in the way of Italian was when I had to... What's its face? Sing Italian when I was doing that music class in college. Yurio. U-R-I-O. Nielsen. Also, I find it cool that they named them after composers this year. I'm very much for it. Awesome. I swear, I have no one on Twitch on my team. Nobody. It's weird. Normally, I sometimes get at least one person. But that's what I put the first time. The hell? I was opening up my tablet and it was just like, hey, wrong thing. Veggie! Hello. Oh, you're a composition major. Awesome. This has to be right up your alley. But yeah, I should have guessed once I saw Jane got Beethoven. I was just like, huh. So this is... Thought so. That definitely makes sense. Alright, so... Oh, what do I really have to talk about? Other than this weird salesperson who was at our door, like, insistently ringing the doorbell like an hour ago. Yeah, I haven't heard of Uriel either. Uriel. Probably Uriel. Something like that. Again, my Italian is minimal and very rusty. Like, I only know, like, 2 songs out of it. When I did that music. Yeah, they're Baroque. Yeah, they're during the Baroque period, so like 1700s. Emperor, yeah. At least the ones I personally know, yeah, that sounds about right. Mozart, obviously. S. Can't come up with anybody that has an S, though. Oh, so sorry. Just quickly drinking my tea. So I don't forget about it, although it's not as warm as I usually keep it, because I don't know about me. It's just, like, weirdly hot. I think because it's warm, I have my window open. It's about 60, which it hasn't been 60 in a while, so it's just like, okay, guess we're doing that then. Robert Schumann, Solenberg, Strauss. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, I'm gonna move the chart over to front side so I'm not turning back here to see it. Also, Veggie, how goes Saturday so far, if I haven't asked already? Wasn't sure if I did, but I just want to make sure I do. Because I tend to go on tangents and then forget about the first thing I said. As I want to do. But yeah, I'm on medium. I'm hoping these fit. Because if I'm basing it on the Sakura Zenbon, it's kind of similar in its size. This is like a wee bit thinner, like say at most like half an inch at most in circumference, slightly less than that. Because I knit this in a medium last year, but this was like 70 something stitches. This is 60, but given how much stretch it should have, and my foot size, and the fact that I'm knitting it on size 1s, it arguably should fit, which I will find out by the time I get to through the heel. So we'll see. Alright, what are we doing? I'm on 24. Alright. I was hoping to get further than this, but... yeah. Lazy. Yay! Lazy Saturday is nice. Well, you thought of more than I did, so... that is certainly saying... a bit. Yeah. How far are you in the socks, Sock Wizard? Which also, I had a... again, it's always trying to pick the beads that I have a weird time, and I was just like, given this blue, I was like, this is an opportunity to use my Toho beads that I have still hanging about. Which, given this is like middle, third into the heel flap. Fair. I probably would be farther if I hadn't ripped it out. I started this on a size 0 needles. I like did the cuff and then I was like starting the pattern and I was just like, this is not gonna stretch for my foot. So, no. Ripped it out and restarted it. I'm gonna probably add it once I start getting through. The thing is, you know, I'm not sure if this will fit my foot. That's the thing. Which is why I haven't added it yet. I know some people, I know Rogue's adding it as she goes along, but I'm just like, I might wait till later. It's fine. It shouldn't take me terribly long to just add thread. Nice. I'd forgot with the smocking, it kind of gets a little bit tight in there. Not terribly so, but... plus, I don't have 1.5s. I tend to not keep the half sizes for the smaller size needles. So... I have no clue yet. No clue whatsoever. I guess depends on which team has someone done, though, first. Although these socks are actually pretty easy, so arguably that'll be hard to tell. So, 1, 2... okay, I'm right where I need to be. Alright. So I'm trying to make sure I don't screw it up. But this is actually easier row. Round, rather. There we go. Honestly, I will take it. Given this year I said I'm gonna keep it chill, I'm just glad it's nothing stupid difficult at first, but yeah. I was not expecting this for the first round, especially when I heard beaded. Because if anyone had seen my face, which a good chunk of you guys saw my face when I saw on Thursday it was beaded socks, I was just like, fuck. But yeah. But planning to keep it chill and then actually keeping it chill are two different things. Oh, what am I doing? Supposed to be starting off with knit, not doing the thing. Let's try it again. And given how last year with the beaded socks, things happened where I was just like, I kind of wanted to scream a lot. So, let's just say beaded socks are not my favorite. Although again, these so far, not bad at all. Although my only thing is I'll probably be very pissed if I do all the work to the leg. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about with all the screaming. But that was mostly my fault because I was a dumbass. I was a dumbass. I had misread, or at least I'd forgotten about the pearls in the part of the heel. So when I thought I was done, and I was turning to them, they were just like, why does this not look like the way it's supposed to look? Because, like, there's an area that's, like, garter stitch, a small area. And I was just like, wait. And I looked at the chart. And I just... I probably had some choice words. And then proceeded to literally reknit both from the heel to the entirety of the foot in 2 days. So the entirety of one in 1 day, and then the second one in the second day. And then after that, I was just like, and I'm done with this shit. That's it. They're pretty, but yeah, I was just very much done after that point. Which, funny enough, the socks after that weren't bad. I'm sure... Probably, I don't recall it right this second, but yeah. They were certainly some words. I get... That is completely fair. They're not my favorite socks either, but again, having to reknit 2 feet of 2 socks in 2 days, especially charted, yeah. I still don't understand how I did it. Probably spite. Rage. Probably those. Never doing that again. That's all I gotta say. We'll never do that again. Alright, and let's see. Really? We gotta start a row with a yarn over? I hate starting rows with yarn overs. I hate them. Like that. Let's see. This way should be... But yeah, I get it with the brioche and the beads. Yeah, they honestly could have kept the baubles, or they could have kept the brioche out, because honestly, the brioche, which the socks are right here in my basket right next to me, the brioche does nothing, which I think that's like right around here somewhere, if I forgot. Somewhere in here. I haven't looked at the pattern since Sock Madness, so I don't know. But it was like somewhere in here, and I was just like, you could have done neither one of those, and it would have been fine. They're not terrible, but it's just like, not my jam. Plus, again, I'm not really a fan of beaded socks to begin with, so that did not really sell me. Alright, it's probably, yeah. I definitely do appreciate the fact that these do the SSK with the through the back loop. Pretty much. Which I had never done 1 color brioche. I usually do 2 color brioche. So that I was just like, okay. Come on. There we are. Nope. I splits you. No. Come back. But yeah, I'll probably never knit those socks again, I'll tell you that much. And then it should be, yeah, that other side is do the thing. Nope. Also, what I was trying to regale, I think, yeah, there's somebody trying to sell something. He hadn't said anything, but morally, it was just... They were there, insistently ringing the doorbell. Faith, hello. How you doing? I like how the beads were on the first three-piece and leg replacement. Yeah. Also fair, yeah. Oh, so how are you doing? Hope all is well. Making sure that I'm actually following what I'm supposed to be following. 4, that's 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're good. And then do that, and then... Ah! Fair, yeah. Mine are like blue. Also, I chose a tinier size because I bought a giant set of 8 beads. So, for me, that kind of helped. You could still see them, but they're not, like, giant and highly noticeable. You can see them, but you don't really notice them. Also, yeah, not exactly fond of having beads on top of the cuff here. Like, not my jam. Not bad. Enjoying an actually nice warm day, although I was literally sweating. I'm not sure if it was me. I had to open the window, and then it was just... It's better now. I think because everything is, like, set to, like, winter stuff, so to keep the heat in. So the fact that it's a warm day, everything is just working the opposite of my favor. But I don't mind it. I can actually have my windows open. The little bells on top. I mean, not wrong. Definitely not wrong. It depends on the sensitivity of your leg. Because, like I said, these are tiny, tiny beads. So honestly, for me, not noticeable. But, like, say if someone's, like, diabetic or, like, has, like, sensitive legs for whatever the case may have you, then probably they would be more noticeable. Also, I apparently pulled out the needle out here. Why? Luckily, it was only 3 stitches left, but I really need to stop doing that. But yeah, basically on that, it depends. That is completely fair. But yeah, it's just not a thing I care to do on my own time. So it'll probably not be an experience I repeat. I'll be real honest. It's kind of like with the... What's the other sock? The Belief in Yourself socks, where you had to do the... Had the way that you had to do that cuff with the leaves, which it was pretty. But I didn't want to do it. I was just like, why in the actual fuck, man? Pretty much the entire time. It wasn't terrible, but it was just... It was not my jam. There it is. Alright, and then... Is it not working out for you, or other reasons you're frogging said project? I would help if I could, but alas, I probably can't. I'm sorry. Jolly Grease fans? I think, yeah, you've seen mine. They that bright green. Yeah, the leaf cuff part's not my favorite. But I do like these. She makes So I've noticed, but yeah, these are honestly my favorite. I might reknit these at some point in other colors. Like a neutral and then another solid or transitional color, I don't know. We'll see. But very much those were my favorite socks from last year. But I have like at least a couple of different pairs of socks I want to knit, so yeah, I don't know when that's happening. Although that's arguably every person who knits, I feel like, because, you know, everything looks cool. 3, 4. Yeah, let me check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is 8. I just want to make sure I didn't screw it up. And then... Come on. Ah! Okay, yeah, that's not terrible. But yeah, I can understand. You think you're done and then it's just like, why does this look weird? Well... Guess I'm not done yet. Also, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. I was correct! Ugh. Also, I managed to actually mute the mic this time. That doesn't always happen. Because sometimes if I feel like I need to sneeze, it immediately happens. There is no muting that mic. But I'm guessing because I have the windows open. Although that didn't happen yesterday. And it's smaller than the yarn. Ah. That is also fair. I swear, doing this feels so drastically different compared to the other socks because I used 2 like variegateds / tonals for the socks, so it's just like me going straight solid is just like, well, this looks different. Come on. Oh yeah, because they're yarn overs. But yeah, I really do hate yarn overs as the start stitch of a round. It bugs me. But yes, what Sock Wizard said, you can do it! Yep, that should be... Yep, we're good. Also, just a general heads up, I might have to pause at some point to potentially help haul in groceries of some kind. I suspect. So, just be aware of that. Whee! There it is. And then do the rest that way. Also, I do love how the leaves are coming out. I wasn't noticing it at first, but you can definitely see, you know, the stark difference between the background leaf here and just the straight knit stitches. It's a really nice contrast. This thin, sparkly yarn, oh no. Yeah. It will hopefully work out in the end. Medium right now. But again, I'm not sure. I hope this fits. Because like I said, this is somewhat similar to the Sakura Zenbons in the fact that they have the little smock stitches. And it's like, look, although this is also medium, but this was like 70-something stitches compared to this. Which, let me find it. I know I have it here on my tablet. I could check on Adobe. But I think it was like 76 stitches. Let me see. There it is. Come on. Where are we? Yeah, 76. And this is 60. This. Because I did it in tweed yarn. But I'm just saying, these, given the smock stitches, reminded me of this. So, I'm comparing this to this, and I'm hoping this fits. I'm using the same size needles that I used for these. And given it slide down my hand to about where it would be for about 10 inches, it should be fun. We will see. Basically, all depends on how it's going to work once I hit the heel of the sock here. We'll see how it goes. So I probably have the name reversed because I always do that. Let me see. What did it say? Yeah, it's Zenbon Sakura, but I always call it Sakura Zenbon. That's what my brain is very determined to go with, so yeah. Plus, pretty much everyone knows what I mean, so I have not bothered to correct myself. But yeah, I figured, since I managed to knit these, I vaguely remember I was like, what the actual fuck when I was doing these, which these weren't terrible. It's just more of the fact that it was just, this probably would have been like the worst yarn to knit this with, because this is a dark green. Also, apparently that pattern writer tends to knit patterns for like later on in Sock Madness, so yeah. Yeah, as long as people understand what I'm saying is all that matters. But yeah, the pattern typically, based on what I know, writes for like later on in the competition. So it was one of those, not everything. Yeah, basically it's only for the wrap stitches based on what I'm seeing for the chart. Which you basically just, you probably figured that by now. Like, take it from here and wrap it around and put it back. But yeah, that's pretty much all the 1A is for. Come on. You can, oh, there it is. Alright, and where are we? Let's hide that. Oh, I'm up here. Oh, that's that. It just looks a little pointy. Yeah, it just looks a little more pointy. Alright. I'm just looking at the chart key. And was getting mildly confused like a dummy. That's fine. And so, it's a little bit... There we are. And... yeah, other way. And then that way should be... do the thing. Thank you. For once, I didn't really have to correct the camera on this. This is pretty accurate to what it looks like. But this is Cascade and Royal. It's a really pretty shade of blue. Since they have like at least a couple different shades of blue, I'd say maybe 8, and I wasn't sure, so I just went with like this mid-tone. I say mid-tone because there are a couple lighter ones and definitely a bunch of darker ones, so I figured this should be fine. And I very much like it. Yeah. Either way, I can correct it if I need to. Also, let me move this down a little bit more, because I'm like mildly like inching out of frame here, and adjust myself just a wee bit. There we go. What? Nah, whatever. It's like close enough my glasses literally nudged it. That way should be SSK. Come on. One, 2, 3, 4. And then rest of the rows like this. But yeah, so far I don't mind this yarn. Alrighty, I shall be here. How are we doing on time? Wow. We're already almost an hour in? That happened quickly. Does not feel like it's been that long. Nope. There it is. But yeah, honestly, this stuff mildly is like pretty close to what Stroll feels like, in my personal opinion. But we'll see how it wears. This is the first time I'm using like this in a sock for myself. So this is like the first opportunity I'm getting to try it to see how it wears. So it should be interesting. Because honestly, Stroll, I don't feel like it wears terribly well. I'll be real honest with you. Like, I like the yarn and their options. It's just, honestly, I feel like given the cost of it, it wears out a little too quickly. like, Hawthorne is arguably the better of the yarns. The sock yarn specifically that Knitpick slash Recrochet sells, and certainly feels a little bit more durable, but I know they have a little less twist. Well, less ply, rather, compared to Stroll. Although, Stroll is a different kind of wool compared to Hawthorne anyway, too, which also might play into it because, you know, merino tends to be like short to close to mid-length staples, so it'll arguably pull out a little bit quicker than like a longer staple wool would, so it probably doesn't do wonders for sturdiness in regards to sock yarn. Wait. Girl, do the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do the thing. What? No? Uh-oh. Did I do something? Let's see. Yes, I did the thing. 2, 5. Am I missing a stitch? Fuck. Hold on. Let's go back here. Cause the other side, I swear I had a knit. Let me check. Da-da-da-da. That. Then yarn over knit. Okay, yeah. Maybe the knit got dropped. Cause it was, let's see. That knit came from a yarn over 3 rows down, so that makes sense. Could have potentially lost the yarn over? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that would be this row? Yeah, so I would think here, if not here. Yeah, it's 3 rows down, so this row would be the row before that. So that, and then yarn over should be arguably here, so okay. That's fine. I can easily fix that. Given I'm not exactly knitting tightly, so it's fine. If I were, then we'd have a problem. Alright, so we got this, and then come on, pull this through here, and then that should be, there we go. Alright, we're cool. Yay! Yeah, that should mean we're at 30, so once I'm done with this, I'm gonna double check. But we should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, I probably tugged a little bit too hard. Let's see, yarn over right after. 1, 2, 5. So 10, 15. Whoops. 20, 25, 28. Although it fits, but given we're doing decreases, that also might be why that's happening. Potentially. But the pattern does fit, so I should be alright. Alright. Let's see if the other side has that same number. If so, then yeah, I should be correct. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Nope, it has 30. Yeah. Because with Sock Madness, you have to follow the pattern. So if you have an issue that could potentially screw up the pattern for you, then that's a problem. Oh, I didn't put the yarn overs because I'm a dumbass. There's one here, and I needed to put another one right in there. That's why. I was like, why am I missing things? Alright. Yeah. Let's go back. Stretchy enough I could do it afterwards, but I don't want to make this too tight, so it's probably better if I just tink back a little bit. Also, let's see. I have a tab open. Alright. Honestly, they just take a bit of work to get used to, depending on the, how they're written. And also, sometimes patterns can be written badly. So that's also a thing. Which obviously is very much unhelpful to anyone trying to get into, like, you know, using patterns. But yeah, I should be fine with the other side, I hope. I just want to make sure. But yeah, yarn over there. Let's see. Do the thing, 5, there. No, I didn't do the yarn over there either. Am I just, like, not doing things? What the fuck's wrong with me today? But yeah, at least I don't have to go all the way back to the beginning of the round. It's like my brain just checked out for a second and I was just like, wait. But it's very much better that I catch it now rather than catch it later. And wonder why the hell everything is the way it is. Alright, so yarn over. Knit 2. You never... Oh no. Alright, that and then do the thing. Come on. Yeah, sometimes those patterns on labels can be hit and miss. Especially depending on, like, what level you're dealing with, too. Because the higher the level you are, when it comes to, like, knitting patterns, I feel like they explain less. So it's like, you know when you go to, like, advanced level classes where they're like, you should know the basics about this, so we're not gonna really go over this, and then jump over to this new shiny thing, and then it's just like, what? Where are we? Basically that. Alright, do that. Yarn over. Do the thing. And then proceed from there. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I was just missing all the yarn overs. Cool. Problem solved. The pattern should... Oh. When you insert... Oh, no. Basically, one of these things is not like the other. But yeah, the only place I would see purling in a beanie is probably, like, say, if you're doing ribbing for the brim. That, or if it's like a twisted rib stitch or a regular, like, rib 2x2 or something like that. That's the only thing I could foresee making any sense. Based on what you're saying. But yeah. Alright, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rows from finishing the leg of this chart. Although I know I have to do, like, the last round a couple of times over. So once the chart's done, I'll still have to repeat the round, like, a couple of times, which that's fine. 3. And then... honestly, this is not long. Literally, the first socks we did before these were a little bit longer, which I'm currently not wearing them. That would be these, but these had cables. Also, as you can see, there's a stark contrast. Because I used larger needles, also, arguably, I could have knit these with the same size 1 needles I'm knitting, because this is a helix knit, so there is certainly some room for going a little bit smaller, but I had never done a helix knit at that point, so I was not familiar. Come on. But yeah, they still mildly fit, but it's not a perfect fit for me. But not terrible. I literally get to take out the... after I got approved, take out the chart B. I did B1, so it was the shorter of the 2 charts. And then redo the toe. Because it was like a little too long for my foot. Which I have done the foot in size 1. Which I arguably could have done. That would have fit a lot better for me. And I might just do that at some point. Like, after Sock Madness is done, go back and just do that. Because that makes a lot of sense to me. 3, 6, 8. That should be 8. Alright. I'm just making sure. Nope, don't do that. Six. Nope. Other way. So, anybody who's not doing socks, what are your plans for today? Pretty much me, it's gonna be probably do a bit more of the sock and then see what else I can do. Because I have stuff I need to get done. I have an emo commission I need to work on. And possibly sketch out emotes for, you know, here. Because I haven't done that in a bit. Also, I finally remembered to do that. Because I realized I hadn't done that for the previous round. New Bold One, hello. Welcome back. How are you doing? Hope Saturday's treating you well. It's a nice sunny day over here. Warm enough that I could open my window, which is nice. Yeah, I remember. Hence me saying welcome back. How are you? Usually good at remembering faces. Yay! Well, I hope we can provide the chill. Also, hold on. Over here is mildly dark. It's light enough on camera, but it's a little bit dark, so I'm just gonna turn on this light so I can see. I don't know if it's me or what. It might be me. Like, what was the previous row? Yeah, it was a twisted knit stitch, so... And then after that was, yeah, that's why. Because the way I did this and made this a little bit tight, I suspect. And then... Nah. There it is. Yeah, just making sure. I really don't need anything biting me in the ass. Okay, and also let me double check how I'm doing on time here. I want to see how we're doing. Oh, wow. Alright. Once I finish this round, I'm gonna go take my break, because we are just a little bit over an hour in already, and I prefer to take breaks. Welcome back, Sock Wizard. There it is. Yeah. Let's straighten that too much. Alright, and... That's a pearl. Yeah, I should have put that back the other way. And... Come on. Not. I was like, I hope one of those waited until you're completed with it. Alright, and that looks like, yeah. Come on. And then do. Come on. So I checked my team. Was it? Yeah. Checked my team page, and so far everyone has some like nice yarn to bead choices, so that's looking fun. Although I don't think too many people have posted their choices, myself not included. I tend to be in the background because having to socialize and, you know, keep up with the intensity that is Sock Madness, although arguably to a degree, depending on how seriously you take it, it's more self-imposed. Stress than anything else. Come on, there it is. There it is. Yeah. That's exactly the thought I was going with myself. I was like, maybe I should actually talk to other people. That might help. But yeah. So far, I very much like these. And I very much love leaf motifs. Which, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going. So far, so good. Whee. Alright. Oof, yeah, I'm hunching a little bit. I'm gonna go take my break. I'll be back in about my usual 10 minutes. Just need to get up and stretch, mostly. Alright. Also, let's make sure I keep my count correct. And then, probably through this next hour, we'll probably get through, like, the rest of the leg chart. Because, again, not a lengthy chart, so... I'm pretty much, like... I'd say... Yeah, now that I finished that round. 1, 2, 3, 4... 8 rounds. 8 rounds from doing that. Thank you! If anybody's been sitting around crafting with me, definitely feel free to get up and stretch and or grab a beverage of your choice, whether it be water, tea, coffee, whatever the case may have you. And or if you need to go do stuff. There we go. Yeah, so I brought lamp over here so I can see a little bit better. It's sunny enough now, but just in case the lighting gets a wee bit indecisive, I figured let's just get the lamp over here. Yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed that break. Oh, there it is. Had the fun time of pretty much knocking everything over right before I got back on here, just because I was trying to grab that lip balm because I realized my lips were dry as hell. Alright, so yeah, we should be good here in relation to what everything looks like. Yeah, I actually did crochet first, but I can read knitting patterns just fine and crochet. I'm just like, what the actual fuck is this? But I feel like in part it's because I do crochet certainly a bit more not knitting a bit more frequently than I do crochet. I can read some basic stuff, but it's like sometimes the more slightly advanced patterns I tend to be like, what is this? What the hell is going on? What? Anyhow, I didn't drink any water. Alright. I don't know. I didn't turn... Wait. Never mind. Yeah, that might have been when I was poking at things. Let's turn up this mic. There we go. That's better. Sorry, my mic somehow got turned down. I think I might have pressed something that hopefully should fix it. Because I usually don't keep my music terribly loud. But yeah, I was saying I had knocked everything over, so I think the mouse must have clicked over here and turned down the my mic volume. So, my bad. Alright. Did that? Yeah, it did. So, let me turn back on my tablet here and get back to these socks. There we go. Yay! Alright. We have 8 more charted rows, but I know I have to repeat the last row a couple of times. Although that's pretty simple, so that's personally no big deal. Do that, and then what should be Urio? U-R-I-O. Italian composer from the Baroque period. Yeah, I don't think any Twitch people are on my team. I'm not sure if I'm on a fast team or a slow team. I guess I will find out soon enough. Because these socks go, at least based on what I'm seeing of the pattern, these socks should go pretty quickly. So, depending on who finishes first, I guess we'll find out who's the fastest team, but honestly, to a degree, these probably won't be, like, the best socks to test, you know, one speed. Because, like I said, these should go by pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm not like heavily well versed on composers, I'll be real honest with you. So I had to go look him up. I believe it should be somewhere. I think. I vaguely recall seeing that, I believe, when I was looking for the stuff. But I'd have to go double check. Come on. There it is. Okay. Yay! I was like, I recall that happening. I hope I'm not mistaking things. Sure, you should be able to post if I recall correctly. 'Cause I know I gave you regular status. Let me double check. But I'm pretty sure you should have regular status for this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I just want to make sure bot didn't eat you. I was like, I'm pretty sure we had that issue one time. And I was just like, nope, let's just make you regular. Understand music at the high school. Nice. Yeah, I have not, again, not gone totally in depth from in musical standards of the Baroque period, because I'm definitely more familiar with Baroque in the art period, because, you know, Baroque was, like, mildly over the top. I mean, Rococo was insanity on everything. Yep, Team U. So, yeah, Baroque was honestly reserved in comparison to Rococo, although everything is reserved in comparison to Rococo. I'll be real honest. Heck, even Gothic. I'll be real honest with the spikiness and the flying buttresses. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hadn't checked this morning. I looked and saw what everybody was posting. I didn't see anybody was done, so that must have just happened. No worries, I figured once he said music, it was composers, but you're fine. Yeah. Like, the fastest people are gonna finish first, because, again, these are pretty quick. Also, my swear word filter is very much off today. This is why I like having myself as mature rated, so the occasional swear word is fine. Let's see. Yeah, last person was asking about beads and stuff. Yeah, kitten, blah, blah. Let's see. Yeah, saw that. And Joanne's, why are we messaging me about things? Taking long, yeah. Someone looks like they're knitting them two at a time. Beads can't be seen well. Alright. Team U. Who is done? Hi, I like to be able to see. It's not an R chart, though. So they have... Wait. Oh, wait, yeah. It's not... Yeah, it's not on my chart, so I guess it hasn't updated. So I can probably check... Let's see. Yeah, it says finished on the main chart, but... Like, of all the teams, but it doesn't say so on our actual chart, so I guess they're getting to that? But yeah, someone finished quickly already. Alright. But yeah, I don't see anybody saying they're finished in the chat. Oh well. And this is why I said I'm gonna take it chill. And also why I said that might not actually happen even though I plan to do so. Because in regards to Sock Madness, I am terrible at taking it chill. And I'm being summoned. What the fuck do you want, mother? Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna have to go grab some bags and stuff, so I'm gonna actually pause here for a wee bit. I'll be back till I feel free to play the games and stuff. We got into talking about Star Trek. I haven't watched. I'm just vaguely aware of its existence. And I'm into neither Star Wars or Star Trek. US Enterprise DS9. Thank you. Probably gonna wait till break. Try selling it by having 7 be a badass. But not Enterprise. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've not watched any of them. I think I tried to watch Enterprise slightly when it was on Netflix, when I still had Netflix. I don't currently have Netflix, so that's a thing. Alright. Pearl. Turn over. Do the thing. Wait, did I? No, I don't think so. Yeah. Let's try it again. It doesn't look like I did things correctly. Let's see. Yeah, I just did a single regular knit. Alright, and so it's this way. So we're doing this. Also, once this side's done, I'm gonna check what I apparently missed in chat. 3. Nope. Come on. Yeah. Oh, darn it. The animated one. I'm forgetting the name. And yeah, I wouldn't be getting Paramount Plus anyway. That's just me. I'm not about buying 10 million streaming services. Lower Decks, probably. Again, I don't watch it, but I've seen the commercials and have heard discuss. Because Girl November, who I mod for, is very much a Trek fan. And it's very nice to listen to her conversations on the matter. It's just, not my thing. That's all. Alright, where? Come on. Please no splitting. Thank you. But yeah, it was Lower Decks, and then there's some other one that came out more recently with some kids in there. Animated, but also with some kids. With all... Wow. That is cool. Also, that is a lot. And even not even knowing like all the stuff, it's like, that is a lot of episodes. A promo under a... Wow, that is... And I'm guessing after that they're gonna do like, hey, go to the usual $5 or so a month for like the basic plan and so on. Although probably more than 5. Cause what? Netflix used to be 5 when it first started. And I know they're going up in price again. But I was sharing it with a friend anyway, who was paying for it at the time. Alright, so... Oh, they're still there. I have a stream going on in one of my tabs. Because I like to leave a tab open. To give someone view support. Alright, that finishes that round. I swear, every time I look at it, but I have a... Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, because I have, for a month, they were like, hey, do you want YouTube Premium for a month? Which, it has been nice to not have to sit through commercials. At all. This past nearly a month. So, that's been nice. So that's gonna be done this Wednesday, and it's gonna be back to me running commercials again because I will not be paying for that. They can go suck it. Anyhow. Fair. I just haven't bothered. Plus, sometimes I just download the stuff I want to watch, like, say, episodes of the original Iron Chef, from Japan. Which, they're in other countries now. Alrighty. Thank you for stopping by Twitch, Sig. Sorry I've had to disappear for a good chunk of it, but... I hope you enjoyed some of the knitting and the chatting, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Alright, what did I do? Yeah, we just purled, so that should be twist. That is fair. I have my not debit card where it's like I have, let's see, I contribute $1 a month to a YouTube channel that I very much like and support. I can give them at least a little bit of money. And basically they don't have like my main credit card info. What is it? Not Credit Karma. Chime credit card builder. I have done the same. I have done the same, so I very much get you. And it's just like, where'd this $10 go? And it's like, oh, I didn't cancel that. Son of a... Why? It's like, I don't have that money to spend right now, man. I've done it a few times. Not frequently, but enough that I'm just like, nope. We'll be paying attention this time. No. Accidentally split the stitch for a second. Do. How is it almost 3? But it helps I had to get up at least twice. So that would do it. Other side. My card wasn't. Oh no! No. Literally, my Switch Lite is my only gaming system. I've never owned, like, Xbox or anything like that. Mainly because I do not got the money for those systems, even though I have played them because in school they had, like, a gaming room where they had some of those systems where you can play, and I very much took advantage of that when I wasn't in class. But yeah, I don't got money for that. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, this Switch Lite is like the first time I've personally bought myself one. Previous time that I had one was a DS, which DS still exists. It sits there, it works. But I didn't buy that. My dad had gotten me that in college. Plus, I couldn't really play it at that point because, you know, didn't have money for games. So it kind of sat there. Hasn't been, like, in the past 3 to 5 years that I've gotten any games to use with the DS. Ask me I could- what? No? If you buy someone a GIF, there shouldn't be no strings attached to that. Oh, modded. Although it is a shame that they got rid of the 3DS. He didn't buy it for me. Ah, okay. But he still gave it to you. And I highly doubt that's like his only system or something, so... oh well. And fair, the peace and quiet. That makes sense. Where are we? I'm like mildly paying attention, it's just like, no, what am I doing? Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yay! It's like, wait, am I doing this correct? Gives you. Yeah, that sounds like a totally terrible move. Yay! Alright, at the end of that round. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna go look and see what I missed during break chat-wise. Ba-da-da-da. Rest of the day off. Maybe. Once my finishes up watching... I've never really watched cycling. It used to be like a big thing back when, you know, Lance Armstrong was seriously famous. Till the whole doping scandal and stuff. Okay, so I didn't miss terribly much. Alright. He gave it to me before I moved. I was like... The Xbox... And then he proceeded to ask you about it afterwards? That is flip-floppy at best. Is he always like that? Which... If so, I could see why he's an ex now. Because, like, you say one thing and then proceed to do the complete opposite. That would drive me insane. Come on. There it is. Yes, I did. What does one have to do with the other? How are you gonna ask me if I sweeped out the kitchen when you asked about vacuuming the house? What kind of bullshit is that? Oh joy! Yeah. That would make me never want anything from him ever again. So, like, basically, him giving you things means, in his mind, you owed him, sort of deal. And after oh, of course, it was Florida. If anyone can't tell, I am not fond of Florida. At all. For various reasons. No offense to the good people hanging out down there who happen to live down there, but, you know. A state in general, not fond of. But yeah, he sounds like an asshole. So, very much yay that you dumped him. And did not look back. On social media. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, that's a red flag. People are not required to take gifts from you. Yeah, definitely red flag. Also the fact that should be able to take the word no from somebody. And if you can't, that is also bad. At that. Definitely sounds like for very good reason. Come on, where are we? Alright, we're getting there. Yay, leaves look very much more like leaves. Alright, one more. Alright, we have 5 more rows left. Rounds. I keep doing that. But yeah, I'm very sorry you had to deal with that, also. That sounds like it very much sucked. In the sense that you guys were co-workers too, so it's like you kind of couldn't escape in the sense of like, you know, he's constantly around. Also, if you feel like changing topics, totally feel free to. You don't want to discuss it any further. That is completely cool. Introduced it. Yeah. Yeah. Hindsight is a heck of a thing sometimes, though. He began. Oh no. Oh no. Sounds about right. But oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, I was like, where's... Yeah, that would do it. So, I mean, that was his choice. But I do get it. But honestly, you did what was best for you, so... Honestly, in the end... I'm trying to put this... Shouldn't feel too guilty. Also, hi, Rob. I saw you. I was just trying to put a thought into words. How goes? How is your evening? Since it's all just about 7 for you. Because it's almost 3 on the dot right now. Other side. I'm here knitting round 1 sock here. On some size 1 needles. So when you asked about, I couldn't even, for a good reason. Because I didn't want to get sucked back into his crap. Which is highly fair. Wait. Pearl, Nent. But yeah, you were already pulling away, so I feel like he was just doing that to get a response from you, so it was arguably a good thing that you did not respond. Yeah, it's actually a nice day today. You did not get to keep our sun for long. Not bad. It was warm enough I had to open my windows and get some money. Yeah. Yeah. I imagine that would be a complete and utter annoyance too. So that is also fair. Julie! Hi! It has been a while. Plus my new like to play with it when it came over. Yeah, might as well get something out of all that crap. How goes? Hopefully you're having fun. And hopefully things are going well. Let's see. I'm here doing Sock Madness. Also to answer you and Rob's question. Not bad. Today's a nice day. It's 60. I have my window open. Nice chill day. Been working on Sock Madness Sock. I'm almost done with the leg. I have about 4 more chart rounds and then her kids, not her stepkids. I think it was my stepkids. Okay. Fair. My brain just kind of went along with it. I was like, oh, okay. Honestly, it's not. I'd show it to you, but you know, not available unless you're doing Sock Madness right now. But yeah, honestly, it's like a mild, an easier version of the Sakura Zenbon socks, which I have it over here. Yeah, basically like a less intensive version of this. Oh, this is dark, which that was my main mistake of using this yarn last year. I should have not had used dark yarn. Bad idea. But I hadn't realized how dark that green was. So, also my glasses whacked that thing again. Oops. But yeah, this is lighter than that, so very much. Alright, what are we doing? And then that side, so yeah. Alright. So triple tip of this thing. There it is. Which, to note, I had modified these slightly after getting in, but these are the socks I made the previous round. Which this I can ankle crystal, so crystal angel I believe that translates to in English. This is more cabley, And I really could have just knit the foot in the size 1. Would have been fine. Hell, I could have knit the whole entire sock in a size 1 and it would have been fine, fit-wise. But very much, I do like the color combination. I don't usually do, like, pairing any color-changing yarns together with each other frequently like that, but it does happen. Nothing is pissing me off terribly much. I'm trying to keep it chill this year, trying being the keep word, so we'll see how that goes. Apparently, somebody finished on my team already. It's not on the team chart, but it's on the... Holy... Hi! Hello! Hi, giant raid of friends. How are you? I was lurking in your stream today, but I guess I get to close your thing because you are now over here, so I get to see my own face, which I don't need to. How are you? How'd stream go? Team... Oh wait, no, you're asking Stacy. I'm not sure. Also, I am glad you actually got your internet to cooperate. I meant to mention that, but I was just lurking and doing this sock here. Which this is medium, which is why it looks like a child's sock on me. But I'm hoping it should fit me, because it should stretch. As you can see, like, stretch enough to fit my... I'm on Yurio, so you are Io. Yeah, the leaves actually are not bad. Because I've done, like, leaf-related stuff like that before, so it works out. But yeah, how'd sock progress go? I saw you were doing the beating when I had myself over there with the sound on. Which, that was me yesterday. I'm doing the medium size, which is why it looks so tiny. But I'm on size 1, so it should stretch. Then, yeah, I literally missed a couple, and then I was just like, wait, why does this look weird? Luckily, I was still in the same row, so I just went back and just added them. You're like, oh, nice. Ha! Yeah, just knock that over. Also, welcome everybody coming in. Hello, if you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Serena Varticaster of Way Too Many Things. Currently working on my round 1 Sock Madness socks, which, if you are curious about Sock Madness, if you've never done it before, you can do !SM, and you will get a little link to the Sock Madness group, which you cannot join right now, because joining is in February. But you can, like, preemptively be in there for next year. But I definitely feel like you should have, like, some sort of sock knitting experience under your belt, like, a little bit before you jump in, if you're, like, seriously competitive. But if you keep it chill, yeah, that's what I mean. You can join the group, but the competition part has been closed because that's for February. When you... Yeah, I didn't want to put the entirety word Sock Madness, so that's why I just did !SM. The rules and yes. Since previous year's patterns are available, since there are quite a few that are available for free on Ravelry, that's if you can deal with Ravelry, because I know some folks cannot deal with it because, issues. Accessibility issues specifically, but you know. Ugh. Yay! Heel turn! But yeah, so other than the socks, pretty much I am definitely knitter, crocheter, spinning, sometimes weaving on the occasion, chainmail, as I got this right here on my arm, traditional, digital art, and sometimes games. Yeah, I saw you said that in the Discord, which I was saying, pretty much this is kind of like a light version of this, which this is mine, which, as I was saying, I should have never done this dark green yarn. I just wanted to use my tweed, but it was like, that was a bad idea. But yeah, basically this and this are pretty similar in sizes. I'd use the same size needles. But this definitely has more stitches compared to this, but I'm hoping it should fit me. We'll see what happens. But width-wise, they're pretty similar. This is slightly bigger, but this is 60 stitches and this is 76. So arguably about 2 inches, but seeing how it stretches, I hope I'm alright. We'll see what happens by the time I hit the heel. Because I don't have any sock blockers, so when it comes to Sock Madness socks, they have to fit my feet in order to work out for photos. Which is, you know, the main thing. Alright, so I did that. Let's see, yarn over, did that. And then, yeah, right there. I don't wear those terribly a lot, so those don't have any holes in them. Because honestly, I feel like, my only complaint for me personally is that Knit-Pick / We Crochet stroll yarn does not hold up terribly well to long durability and use, in my personal opinion, but I tend to be very hard on my socks, but that's just me. Partially yes, partially for fun. I'm not winning the competition. I am not, you know, that speedy. So I don't particularly, or at least try not to worry about the competition part. Alright, so that's pointing that way, so let's knit 3 together. Alright. Come on. Whee. Too much positive ease. Okay. Yeah, I hate the heel. That's my problem with these. I love the colors on these, but this, cause this part, the heel flap, is way too long. Like, one of these I knit with a size 1. I don't think they noticed, cause, you know, size 1 and size 0, size 1 and size 2, rather, needles aren't that terribly much drastic in sizing. So, yeah, I think actually this is the 1. This one is the 2, cause it's a little bit longer, and yeah, it's like a lot of slack. It's like a sailboat thing. I'm forgetting the name. Not the mast, but you know, the sails. There you go. Sailboat sail. Wow. Wait. Did I purl when I was supposed to do other things? Let me check. Yarn over, knit. Yeah, that's not correct. I was like, why does that look weird? Because it's incorrect. Probably wouldn't be noticed, but I know, so I'm gonna fix it. Yeah, like I said, just the heel flap, which that's the general consensus I've seen from, like, the people, like, hanging out in Discord and talking about it. Like, the heel flap is not the jam. So at some point, I might just redo the... Not for me, but again, I think I probably did too big of a needle size if I'd gone down to size 1. Like, I'll probably do that at some point, and that will probably make life easier. That too, and also be able to fix them if you're not terribly far off from where the mistake has happened. Because I, at least once or twice, have had a yarn over missing, because I probably dropped it. And it's just like, wait, where's my thing? And I'm not knitting tightly, so I can actually, you know, pick up the thing and just proceed as usual instead of, say, having to like really force it to work out. Also, okay, wow. How the hell did that happen? That's just like egregiously split, man. I must have not been paying attention. It's like, it was like one piece of string and it's like, no, it's not gonna work. But yeah, definitely for all the hand knit socks, because I pretty much only wear hand knit socks, so stuff like this very much helps. Yeah. Oh, also for beads, I'm using my Toho beads that I've had for a while, which I have way more than enough. And I very much like these because these are definitely a bit darker, plus the arguably, yeah, iridescent effect to it with the changing colors makes it stand out a bit more. And I very much love it. I wasn't sure. I was going to either do that or the clear looking ones with the lining to them. Because I had a bunch of size 8s, but I was like, they probably wouldn't show up as well, so I went with one of the 6s. Also, I realized I got distracted on my own introduction. I literally was just like, hey, I do these things, and then wander off to talk about something else, as I want to do. But yeah, if you totally enjoy the chill vibes and the variety of stuffs I do, totally feel free to hang out and potentially give a follow if you'd like. Typically I am on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from about 1 to 4 p.m. Which I know for now it's going to be slightly wonky for anybody who well, rather, anyone who has not done the time change yet. We're just gonna be like an hour off until next weekend. But anyone who doesn't do time change at all, yeah, it's just gonna be slightly different time ways. Crochet Man, thank you for the follow. How goes? Hopefully your weekend is going well. I'm just here enjoying some nice weather. Knitting some socks. Alright, probably another less than 10 minutes. Probably gonna go take my break. Normally I would have taken my break already, but given I had to get up and do things for a bit, I wanted to actually have a full hour hanging out here before I took a break. Because I have to go help put some groceries away, so I figured break time should be enough time to do that. Do. This side. Come on. There it is. Okay, good. I didn't lose a stitch. Because whenever it comes to, like, triple, like, knit 3 together, or, like, anything like that, it tends to be, like, you kind of have to watch and make sure you don't drop a stitch. Also fair. Yeah, you had mentioned that. Alrighty, thank you for bringing all the friends. Very much appreciate you. Also, anybody who is here and does not know, Stacy has helped create an art trade on Discord, so if you want to check it out, check out that Discord link at the bottom of that bot blurb. if it still works, which it should, last I checked. Null binding stitch for my next stitch. Squishy, thicker stitch that feels softer. I'd say something when it comes to the feet that feels softer. Because you'll definitely want to be comfortable when it comes to socks. So, softer. Ooh. All the things. What kind of stuff do you make? Never. Yeah, socks are my things. Worth it. Nice, alright. I just want to be sure, because I picked up, you know, don't expire a link, but sometimes that can get wonky, and I just want to make sure that is actually working as it should. Fair. I don't null bind either. I'm just going basically off of what I prefer for the foot. Alright. Ta-da. Alright, that should finish this round. Yeah. I should just get a stitch marker. You don't want to... Yeah. Alright, so... I have a stitch marker hanging around here that I had earlier. There it is. Ah! Damn it. Alright. One of my pinecone ones, so... I haven't been, like, lost on which way is front and back, but, you know, sometimes you're gonna, you know, forget that this little thing's here, so... It's probably best if I put... No! No! Nope! No more crafts. No thank you. I do enough. Not allowed. No! Hush. Like, I barely weave, and I need to get more into that. Like, not allowed right now. Yep. Yep on the knots. Definitely, especially for sensitive feet. Where are we? Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, good. Also, how dare. Stop trying to enable. Yeah, it's just, I don't have time. There's only so much time you can craft. Also, sorry. I keep knocking this with my glasses because it's so close. I'm trying to keep this in frame also. How about if I move this here and then just tilt it that way? That's better. So I stop knocking with my glasses because it's that close to my face. Alright, the last two rows are basically do the thing like you were doing on the... What's its face? The cuff. It's like, what is that? When I did that thing one time. What is that? Straight, so then... Regular, regular... Alright, that's what I thought. Alright, and the rest of this... But yeah, it feels weird to go from all of the color shifting to this straight one color. Oslo, York, or Mammon. those are certainly interesting stitches based on name alone. Okay, I was like, popsicle? I was just like, sickle, I think of the curved blade thing, and I'm like, nope, that's probably not what she means. They, rather. Sorry. Places of finds or people who, yeah. Also, anybody who wants to check me out in any other places, that is my Linktree link that just popped up in the chat. Yeah, I was just like, wait, nope. I try not to do that. It makes me feel bad. Especially since you've told me already. But yeah, Linktree has a bunch of things, like my Etsy shop, my Ko-fi, which that's why I have the little support me Ko-fi thing, so if anybody doesn't want to, you know, sub or otherwise contribute via general Twitch methods, you can always, like, give a tip or subscribe on my Ko-fi. So yeah, those two, YouTube, which if I find time, I probably will get back to that. I have ideas, but it's just doing the things. Also, both of my Instagrams. And then my website. I believe that's about it, but I might be missing one because there's a bunch of stuff on there. But yeah, those are definitely all the places if you want to go and find me. There they are. A video a day in April. Yeah, that is a lot. I literally... Like, it takes a lot to get things edited to... Alright, streaming... Or rather, video quality. So I pretty much just like once a month. Alright, are we through at this round? Yeah, I just have to do the thing. Alright, so, and then the next two rounds are just do the thing. Alright, that's fine. But yeah, given it's a nice day and I probably won't need to do stuff, I might go over a bit and like do some overtime, like at most half an hour. But let me just do this and put this down here. I'll be back in about my usual 10 minutes. Just gonna go take my second break and go do stuff. So as you can see, we've made sock progress. We have leaves, which I very much like these leaves. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like them in this color because the pale green that's used in the picture here, which is quite lovely, and I figured it was definitely a nice nature-y thing. But yeah, that's also kind of why I chose to go with size 1 needles, because like I saw the way the foot went and I was just like, yeah, I don't need to go high on this. I had started with 0s and I was like, no, this is not going to stretch enough for me. So 1s it is, because I don't keep the half sizes. So hopefully this should suffice for my foot. Anyhow, break time for me. I'll be back in about... Again, usual 10 minutes. Totally feel free to play the Drop of the Plinko game, both available on my Be Right Back screen, which I'll get to once the mouse shows up. There you are. I'm not sure why the bitrate says... Oh, okay. It was saying red when I looked at it earlier. It must have been experiencing a thing, but I didn't drop any frames based on what I'm seeing here, so... I'm not sure what the hell that was about. Anyhow, back again. Thank you for anybody who happened to stay during... Who's from Stacy's Raid. So typically I'd be ending in about 20 minutes from now, but I'm gonna do a wee bit of overtime. Since I want to at least finish the leg, which I just checked the pattern specifications on my phone for the email. And basically I'm gonna have to do the little thing, row 36, 7 more times after this, so basically this is row 35. Row 35 and row 36 are both the same. Thank you for the flower power! Very much one of my favorite ones, although I might get rid of the sunlight one because that tends to sometimes not work. I don't know why. I don't know if this is me or what. Although, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure they're both... Yeah, just do the thing all the way around. How goes it all, Crafty? Hopefully your Saturday's going well. And are you doing the sock madness along with us? Come on. Yeah, once I get through, hopefully should be able to get through these rounds on the leg here. Should be able to at least start the heel. Which I haven't really glanced at that point. Alrighty, Julie, thank you for popping in, though. It was great to see you. I hope things are going well. Also, I meant to ask, how's the kitty? Completely forgot. Oh well. You're always free to share the kitty pictures in Discord. Which, if anybody's curious, we do have a Discord. Pretty small group, which I'm totally cool with that. You can share pictures of all the craft stuff and things and chat about various things in our respective channels. But yeah, please keep it chill if you'd like to join. Heels are... Yay! Where is it? So if anybody likes the host, I can see hosts. Sorry, never a bad time for some earth, wind, and fire. Yes, definitely go live the life and have some foods. Alright, since you've posted in the thing... And as I was saying about Discord, if anybody would like a link, totally feel free to poke me or one of the mods if they happen to be around. And we will happily share the links. Which, there's no active link. I tend to keep it not readily available, just to avoid annoyances. Oh, that's pretty. I love that red. Reminds me of Christmas. That's a lovely red. That in the fall. I very much love that red. Alright, so that's 35. Oh, sorry, I know Stacy's probably not around, but I was looking at the earplug things. But they're white. Okay, I was about to ask about the beads too right after that. But I was looking at the earplug things she was talking about. Oh, I can't. I would have to open the original in order to zoom in. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I can see them upon zooming in. Those are pretty. Nice and subtle, but they do stand out if you can see it well enough. Do you care if I share this in the chat? Ah, okay. Unfortunately, this probably wouldn't work given the Italian flag colors are red, white, and green. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Alright, just want to make sure. There you go. If anybody wants to check out Sock Wizard's sock so far, there have you. It is... I very much love that color. Red is certainly not one of those colors I tend to gravitate towards frequently, but it is definitely a color I like. Nope, don't do that. You will not split the yarn. Do 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 do. But yes, definitely enjoy the IRL stuff and things. And thank you for hanging out with me while you work on your sock. Also, I think I saw other picture in Discord. Not socks, but yeah. Something on the floofball section. Aww. Yeah, that's why I got this yarn. The Sylvina yarn from Nitpicks. Specifically the Hawthorne yarn. It's really pretty, like a sunset. Mmm. But yeah, red, pink, and white sail. Alright, we're on round 36 here, so I've got another 7 more rounds to go until we get to the heel portion of the sock. Also, also Hawthorne. Okay. Yeah, I've used less of their stuff just because it's, for me, slightly higher price point, so I can't get it often unless it's on sale. Oops. There it is. But it's very lovely yarn. Which, this is not Nitpicks. I think this is like the first yarn I've used in a Sock Madness that is not Nitpicks. This is Cascade. Is it Heritage? I think it's Heritage. And Royal. It's a lovely shade of blue. I've been meaning to try some of the yarn, and I realized this would probably work pretty well. It was either this or the neutral color that I got in the other day. I want to save that for more color work related things. But I don't have terribly much in the way of neutral colors, which is why I ended up with the first sock the way it is, which is not how I typically do my color work of any kind. Typically it's a neutral and like a stronger color. However, didn't think I had enough of like too many neutrals to do that. Like the only other neutral I know I have. Go get food! Put off lunch. Yeah, I've done that. I understand that. But yes, definitely go get the foods. I'm very glad to have you here, and definitely enjoy the rest of your weekend. And good luck with the sock knitting. See ya! And I just lost the thought I was saying while I was saying that. Oh wait, yeah, I was saying the other yarn that I have for that's a neutral is, let's see, what's left of my Chroma Twist in Fogbank. Which they still have Chroma, but they don't have Chroma Twist anymore. And I will continue to be mad about it, even though I know some people Splitty, which, fair. But I very much enjoyed, like, the color change to it. Which the closest to that is the Cascade yarn, because they have some yarns like that. Which, I got this from a, what's its face? A yarn shop in Illinois. There it goes. Alright, so now we have that. So 7 more rounds until we get a heal. Let me just use the counter, because I'm using Knit Companion to knit this with. Nope. Come on. No. Also, while I'm doing the same thing in the round 7 times, I keep getting sidetracked. But basically, there was some guy ringing the doorbell like an hour before I got started on stream today for no damn reason. I think they're like solicitor trying to, you know, possibly buy like house sighting or something. I saw like they had a brochure open on the Ring doorbell because I didn't look. We have a Ring doorbell, and I looked and it was just like, we're not expecting anybody. I didn't say that, but it's like, we're not expecting anybody, so I'll be ignoring you. And they rang the doorbell again and just stood there for a bit, and it's just like, if no one answers you the first time, no one's coming. Please go away. This is not your property. You are trespassing. And they had the audacity to leave the gate to the front door open and the gate where you first get in, because there's like a little set of stairs and then the porch, and it's just like, really? You're not gonna close either door? Cool. Thanks, asshole. Like, really? You're gonna come onto someone's property and not close the gate? Because they were closed. So the fact that they decided to leave them wide open was a complete dick move. For no good reason. And it's not like it was like slightly ajar, no. Wide ass open. Both of them. Like, come on, dude. Ugh. Anyhow, that's how people be sometimes. And it sure as hell didn't incentivize anyone to open the door for him again. Or at all. Come on. Alright, also, I see a thing. Probably not. Yes, alright. Oh yeah, because they started. That makes sense. But yeah, other than that, the day has been pretty much uneventful. You, come on, you can do it. Also, yeah, we're just about in overtime zone, so yeah, I'll give it about 15-20 minutes since it's a nice sunny day and I basically have nowhere to be, so it's just like, I'm probably gonna sit here and knit anyway, so why not hang out with you guys? Which I have to say, I am enjoying this weather, but it's just like, given the house is more for winter weather right now, I immediately had to open the window. It's like, it's only 60, but it's just inside is so warm. Because there's no real airflow going on right now. In order to avoid, letting any cold air in. But given we're actually getting into, slowly getting to spring and eventually beyond. I'll probably have to deal with that next month or so. Although, watch the weather just pulls a psych and it's basically gonna go drop back down to the 30s somehow. Just to screw with everyone. Whee! Come on. Alright, after this, 5 more times. We'll see if I get through the leg here, at least on stream. And I'll see about going from there. If not, I could always do the heel tomorrow. Either way, I am not in a hurry, even though apparently someone on my team is, because they finished already. Which there's like 9 people in total. For all the teams, like 9 people total finished. Which, given it's like 40-something people per team, give or take. It's not a lot, but still, it's just like, how? It's been only over 24 hours. So, it has to be someone A, who's basically just been knitting these socks non-stop. B, very much is a very fast knitter. And it's like, I guess we found the fastest person on our team. Although, again, these are not complex socks, really? So, eh. As long as I get a spot, I'm good. But yeah, my main concern is that these socks fit, because for me personally, and my immediate family, I have the smallest feet. And I am an 8.5, so pretty much regular size. My feet are wee bit on the flat side, so I sometimes need like a little bit of give to it, which these are stretchy, so hopefully it should work out. But yeah, that's just my main focus right now. Also, no, I will not be doing that. Do. Alright, this is the 3rd time around. So after this 4 more times, and we're done with this leg here. Come on. Also, if anybody's wondering what the bars are right next to where my face is on the top part of the screen, those are the general goals for, you know, tips and bits and that sort of thing. So basically, once we reach those goals, we tend to have giveaways. So if anybody, which this is no pressure, not required to, you can just hang out here and totally chill, and that's completely fine. But if anybody would like to contribute, that sort of stuff goes to helping out the stream. I.e. me being able to buy things like stamps and such in order to send the things, and postage and all that jazz. And also buy supplies like yarn in order to work on projects. So yeah, your support, whether it be sub or, you know, buying something from the shop or whatever the case may have you. And not just financial support, I mean support in general, like just hanging out here. Whether it be chatting with me or lurking is highly, highly appreciated. Come on. Which I'm thinking of just having like a regular certain amount of subs thing rather than having the one that I currently have for the subs, which that's the one with the little Twitch star thingy there for getting the last tier 1 emote slot, which we have enough slots as it is, so honestly, I'm cool whether or not we get that last slot. Monster, hello, how is SOC going? How are you? Hope all is well. I think you had gotten cheerleader spot because I've been, like, vaguely lurking in the SOC Madness part of Rogue's Discord. But I hope things are going well. I'm working on my round 1 socks, currently doing the little repeat portion of the leg here, and then we will get to the heel, depending on how long I hang out. But hopefully Weekend's treating you well so far. There we are. Come on. I think I might zoom in a little bit, so hopefully this won't be too abrupt for anybody. Forgive me, anybody who potentially gets motion sickness or anything of the sort. I'm Doggo Pillow Bro. Yeah. It'd be like that. The downsides of pets. There are people done already, which is insane, but I'm kind of used to it by now. Because there are always people who are just like, unless it's like a difficult pattern where it's like, hey, it's gonna take a couple of days to even get through it. Which I think that happened last year. Where I was like, I think it might have been, if not, might have been all the bees, where it's like, it took a while for people even to begin finishing. If not that, might have been the stock right before that one? I'm forgetting which one it was. It should be... Whoops, nope. Let's do that and then count there. I did make... Oh, okay. I know someone was cheerleader. I forget who. Put husband on... Aw. And yeah... Sometimes being the favorite is very much not helpful. No, let's not. And not, yeah, I'm just like trying to keep it chill. I was just saying that earlier, right before I was like, they were like, someone on your team is fishing. I was just like, son of a... Yeah, I was like, remember when I said I was gonna keep it chill? Remember? But yeah. I feel like that seems to be our general plan, because yeah, I honestly did burn out last year, if I'll be quite frank, after the whole all the bees thing. Which honestly, that bit was like more of I wasn't paying attention like a dumbass and had to like speed through the feet of both the socks in 2 days. I literally had to re-knit the heel flap because I missed a portion because I was supposed to be in a gusset. And yeah. I don't think I've ever wanted to scream so much in my life. So I think when we got into the vertical color work thing, I was just like, nope. I don't want it no more. I don't care. We're done. Although that was the farthest I've gotten. Like, I've never gotten around 4 before, but I was just like, I don't care. Yeah, I know it's not my favorite either, but I actually liked it, as long as it's not like all the bees where it's like beads on top of the cuff for like no reason. But yeah, having to do that thing around, I was just like, Probably won't ever do that again. Not my favorite. It's pretty and matched the motif. Motif, there we go. Words. But yeah, I was not about that. Welcome back, Jane! Oh, yeah. Also, are those fires that I saw going down there anywhere near you? I presume not. I heard there's like some fires going down there because I just saw a little blip about, what is it? Like, sheriff's deputy or somebody? Who didn't make it while trying to, you know, check up on elderly residents and that sort of thing. I don't recall her specifics. That's how. I'm alright. Okay, yeah, I haven't, like... Okay, that's... I'm guessing that's more east comparison, because I know Texas is pretty big. But I haven't been there, I'm not, like, familiar on the geography of it. But I know it's really big state for you. And yeah, I'm guessing it might be a little dry. That's the only thing that makes sense unless someone did something stupid, which... that is always an option. Suddenly being dumb and then suddenly sparking off a fire. Totally hasn't happened a bunch of times. But yeah, I'm just on the repeat of the last row for the leg. They have to repeat that a couple of times, depending on the size. Which, medium is the smallest size you can go, so... there's that. There's 4 sizes. Small, medium, large, and extra large. But I figured large would be the best for my foot. It would give a little bit of negative ease. That's between medium and large, probably that would be best for my foot. Come on. There it is. Probably gonna have to check the mail once I'm done with stream for today. I think this is the 5th round. I hope so. Alright, did the thing, and that was straight knit stitch one of these. It's gonna be hard to tell where... yeah, there's that. So then these two. So, 1... and then, where are we? 2 more after that, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure? No, that doesn't sound right to me. But yeah, that should be the straight knit stitch for the point of leaf, which would be there. Might be misreading it, but I swear this is round 5. But it's honestly fine if I'm like 1 round over, as long as I at least have 7 rows. It should be fine. long as I hit the round minimum for the leg, that's pretty much all that matters. Also, I saw your picture in the Discord. I'm glad he's doing awesomely and adjusting well. Hopefully it's smooth sailing. Almost there, also. Oh wow. Yeah, we're nearly 20 minutes in. Yeah, I might... Hopefully it shouldn't take me too long to get the other 2 rounds, and then I'll probably call it a stream there. Yes, understandably. I hope he's fine. But it's like, who would have thought a minor accident would have turned into all of that? Stitches, well, yeah. I mean, given all the things, I understand. Nope. Why are we like this? All I wanted to do was a goddamn pearl stitch. Thank you. There it is. Yeah. But yeah, given all the stuff you had to go through, I completely get you still being worried. But hopefully the vet is correct and everything will be fine. And Waffles will not have any more misadventures. Yeah, don't need any more of those. Come on. I swear, if it wasn't for the fact I know this stretches a bit, I would have, like, frogged it and redone it in a larger size already. Like, when I was down here, I was like, maybe I should make this a larger size. But I'm hoping I'm fine. Which, yes, I keep bringing it up just because I'm like, But it looks pretty regardless, based on how it's going. Which I'm surprised they didn't have you, like, put beads right in the actual leaves itself, but I'm fine with that. Because given Sock Menace, I expected a lot more beads, which is why I was like, why? Why are we doing the beaded sock first? When I saw what it was on Thursday. And I'm very much glad it's the get the beads over and done with from the start, rather than having to do it throughout the entire stock. Like the other one I've been showing. Alright, 2 more. Yep, 2 more rounds. We're almost there, guys. Also, you guys have any idea what you're gonna be having dinner-wise? I'm not sure on our end. Given we had pizza yesterday, I'm guessing some chicken. Chicken fries like we normally do on Fridays, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Also, since I did an extra half hour, I should have gotten up and stretched, but I'm guessing because the whole hey, I had to pause like at least once. I haven't really noticed it as much. Also, my hands, at least this hand, is starting to feel mildly annoyed at me. So I'm gonna need to stretch my hands at some point. Well, I'm gonna give myself a break once I get to the leg here. And maybe see about the start of this heel later on. Although if not, again, that could be just a tomorrow thing. And then the rest of the foot, at least based on the picture, the foot basically looks like we're doing like this all the way down, which I'm totally fine with. Which, if that's the case, it kind of makes sense how someone managed to finish in just over 24 hours. Or rather, several someones. Also, really need to clean these. Second chat will be momentarily slightly less visible. Just my glasses look like they're fogging slightly, and I kind of need them. Yeah, that's better. That's better. No. There it is. Alright, one more round. And also, I think right now, if anybody's doing Sock Madness, I think we're gonna go over and hang out with them. If there's anybody doing that. Come on. Come on. There it is. One more round. I swear, it does not feel like the latter end of March, I swear. Like, April is, like, what? 12 more days? From today? Where's the month gone? Yay! Last round for this leg here. Also, that was the wrong one for me to push. Let's try it again. That's better. And then I can close that because I don't need that for this. Nope. But yeah, today feels like, at least right now, like a nice time to be, like, sitting outdoors and doing, if not some knitting, some drawing or something. Because it just feels nice. Nope, son of a bitch. Get back here. Thankfully, this is the... I just purled every row, but I very much hate when I drop stitches. Very much not appreciated. There we are. Alright, problem solved. There we go. Which, also, how long is this sock leg? It doesn't look that long. Although, it could be the fact that I'm knitting these on size 1s? Hello, plane. Please go away. But yeah, it doesn't feel like it's that long. I should have picked up my measuring tape. I'll probably do that once I'm done here, now that we're on the other side. And, yep. I said it was gonna be like only 20 minutes, but yet here we are, half hour later. Eh. There are worse things. So I'd be doing this anyway. Just not sitting here, so... Although I do admire the people doing these socks 2 at a time. In one way or another. Marley, hello. How goes? How goes the Saturday? Oh, all is well. Just finishing up here, been doing some overtime. I'm gonna check how long the sock is. But if we happily get some more people or something, I don't mind hanging out here for a little bit longer, but yeah, definitely been here a lot longer than I planned. But it's not a bad thing. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, it's 5 inches. Yeah, it's usually about as long as I like my sock leg. So that's good. As long as it's, like, obnoxiously short. But usually they don't have their sock legs be short, so that makes sense. Also, come on. Don't mind me looking at Discord alert thingy because I just want to see what's going on. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Alright. Cool. Nothing pressing. Yay. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly stare at how the heal goes for this. And won't be doing it now. I just want to see it. Okay, so 30 stitches. Yeah, that's about my comfort zone. Well, set up, blah blah. Oh, okay, so basically it's that. Can't even see what that is. No. Okay. And I gotta pick up. I hate having to pick up the stitches. It annoys me, but that'll probably help things out. Alright, so yeah, does not look like anything too fussy or complicated. So we're good here. Yeah. Wow, that wasn't even the mouse. And I go where my face is right now. Yeah, about this where the start of the heel flap would be. Alright, face. Also, let's turn this off. Hi, I would like you to turn off, please. Thank you. Red Bubble keeps spamming me things. Go away. Alright, let's see. Anybody here doing the socks? Okay, I'm not seeing anybody doing Sock Madness right now. There's certainly some crafty people, but yeah, definitely no one doing Sock Madness. Sad. I was hoping somebody be on, that I could just continue on that train, but don't mind sending some people along with the crafty stuff. Let's see, the Gilio's on, Lioness is on. Alright. Alright, Rogue is on. I'm not sure how long she's gonna be on. Common Compound. I might have gone under a different name. Yeah, I think I know who this is. Okay. She's doing some crochet. Dragon Rider Cat's on. Actually, yeah. I can go to Dragon Rider Cat. Hopefully she will not wander off anytime soon, but I don't know how that's gonna go. Let's see. Which Dragon Rider Cat does crochet mainly, but she has done some knitting. She does various things for like commissions and gifts and that sort of thing. Very fun time to hang out in. I usually don't catch her on the weekends. She's usually not on this late. if she's gonna be on the weekend, so I'm very surprised. She might actually be heading off. I'll wait and see what goes on after the ad. Oh, that's right. And it is a very cute emote. Alright, so... Oh wait, for that, let's close that. I don't need that open anymore because I don't need to adjust that anymore. Yay! And we're getting this commercial again. There we go. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be heading off anytime soon. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been nearly 4 hours as I've sit here and blab and knit and such. Jane, thank you for the resub. Stacy, I know you've wandered off, but thank you very much for the raid. I very much appreciate you. Also, Crochet Matt, if you're still here, thank you again for the follow. Very much enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I will be back again on Tuesday, probably still knitting socks because, yeah, I'm not that fast. I will not be finishing them anytime soon, probably earliest by the end of the week if I'm lucky. I'm guessing. And I very much enjoyed hanging out with a bunch of you guys who are doing the Sock Madness socks. So I'm gonna set up raid things here if you guys like to come along with me. Hopefully you very much enjoy the thing. Thank you! Let's see. I put raid call instead of the actual person I'm going to raid. Cool. I mean, it still works, but yeah, that was not the order I like to put it in. But yeah, we're heading over to Dragon Rider Cat since she's on. I never really catch her on the weekend, so I figure why not. Yes, raid. There we go. Also, yeah, so if you wanna come along with us, you can either use the raid call that I put in up top there, or the second one, which that's for anyone who happens to so kindly subs to the channel, so that has some sub emotes going on in there. So I am just gonna let the end screen hang out for a little bit, and then we'll head on over there.